if you didn't watch either game, you'd say, oh, those are close. Coin flip. The Leafs must have had a chance. Like, they were right there. Too bad they didn't get to overtime in either game.
Yeah.
But if you watched both, like the three of us did, they should have lost 15-3 over the weekend.
Dude, I don't
that
know
might
who
be
caused...
liberal. That might actually being, I might be being nice to them. Like, they got destroyed in both games.
I got
that game last
guys.
night. Who's Matt Cause's producer? Pardon my ignorance. I don't know.
Owen, our boy.
Owen.
Yeah,
6'10".
Yeah. Owen said, sorry, the score was 5-4. That's a damn lie. He literally said that was a damn lie last night.
And he's right.
Night.
It's a great take.
Right.
He's right.
It was a great comment because I heard it just before we started. And you just mentioned everybody being down there. And I wasn't the greatest player in the world, but man, when you're on the bench and you see all the Hall of Famers come out and the guys getting inducted, the guys and girls, it's just like you're like, I want to have a good game because you just said it, Hayes. Everybody's watching. It's like the hockey world feels like it's in this building right now, from TSN to Hall of Famers to just everybody.
Yeah.
And it was like, Dregs doesn't say a lot about like structural play or team play, and he just is like, I can't believe, like, look at all the breakaways. Couldn't believe the breakaways.
Well,
how many was there last night? Four or five breakaways?
4 in the second period. Am I wrong on that? Because
No, I think that's
I was
accurate
calling a
statement.
game.
What we were watching.
I'm not lying. I was calling a game, and I have it on my phone right beside me. And I'm just, you check in or whatever. I swear to God, every time I looked down, there was a breakaway. I kept thinking that was a replay. And then I would go back, and I was like, that's not a replay. And then, you're watching. I went back and watched that. They gave up. I sent it to O last night. I should have sent it to you, Brian. They gave up 28 high-danger chances yesterday, 28-12. Like, that was – and, Craig Berube's not wrong where he's saying, I want guys to check somebody. Like, that's where it starts is checking. There was giveaway after giveaway. Like that the game-winning goal, that McCabe has it on his stick.
Crazy.
Literally, on his stick.
That's what's more staggering to me is, like, you look at the defense, and that's what's under the spotlight right now, deservedly so. I mean, their offense, they're scoring goals. Like, they're scoring goals.
More
their
than
power
enough
play
to
was
win.
good.
Yeah, he scored 4.
More than enough. And I thought their power play was humming last night. And for the most part over the weekend, like, Willie scores every night. Austin's up to 8 or 9. They're getting some depth scoring. Like, scoring is not an issue. Goaltending is not what it needs to be. Not last night. But Stolarz hasn't been great. Like, he got pulled again ever since, he called out his team. He struggled this year. Yeah. And Wall hasn't played yet. So, they're at a crossroads with the goaltending. Could it get better? Yes. Could it stay the same or get worse? Yes, that's possible too. I don't know what to expect when Joseph Wall returns. I'm not convinced he just steps in.
Well, it better be good, Brian, because it's Stolarz' chew toy. He can't go without it, right?
Well, I understand that. They need each other, clearly. Correct. And, again, I thought Hildeby was fine. They were lucky he played as well as he did.
He had some good saves, and he got a few bounces. Like, they hit how many posts on the breakaway? Two posts and one crossbar. Like, he did. I thought he was okay. Like, he wasn't.
But he's not the story. It doesn't even matter how he played.
No, exactly.
The issue is the defense. It's very clear. And yes, the forwards have to help because the back pressure isn't there. Their neutral zone's a joke. They get hit with stretch passes as if they've never seen one before. Like, that's what's kind of wild. The stretch pass, every team in the league is saying, just make these guys skate a little bit, and they will not be able to keep up. And their plays with the puck is staggering.
Puck play, we'll call it.
Puck play, the defense in particular, like the McCabe turnover is so inexcusable. It's bizarro world. There was 2 plays last night in the third, which was crazy because it was a 1-goal game. They got outshot 22-2. Brandon Carlo at one point, I wish I isolated this and sent it to Joe. He had a 10-foot pass, the most routine pass in the National Hockey League. 10 feet. He's right-handed. Nyes was coming over the blue line left-handed. That's a right-handed shot to a left-handed forward. It says routine
pass.
He hit him in the skate. I couldn't believe it. I was watching. I had to pause it and go back. I go, how did he do that? No one was around him. He hit him in the skate, a 10-foot pass. Later in that period, Philippe Myers did one of the look out whack-a-mole shots up the boards that was crazy. I'm sure you know which one I'm referencing. And I could go on and on and on. I'm not only isolating those 2 guys. They're all terrible with the puck right now. And it's just breakdown after breakdown after breakdown. And Treliving committed to big and veteran, but instead it looks slow and old. Like there's a difference. Like I get why he committed to these guys. I get it because you need size in the National Hockey League to win in the playoffs. You need it. You got to have some size, but they're not tough. They're not physical, and they play slow and they play sloppy.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like this weekend was staggering how awful it was.
Really was.
Like
staggering.
really, really bad stuff.
But the question you have to ask yourself, Brian, is these were it is the same group.
The
that
same
in the playoff,
6 guys came back. The exact same 6.
That you watched in the playoffs, and you're like, man, that D-core, because in years past it was the skilled defensemen, the TJ Brodies, and whoever else they had back there that was not very good. For the most part, it was skill, and they get crushed in the playoffs.
Liljegren's a good example of that.
Liljegren
would make a pass,
started
but he'd
with
get
Gardner
hammered or
exactly.
whatever.
Matt Hollowell, whatever it was.
Right.
But last year, you're like, that D-core, that's an NHL playoff defense core, and they held their own, and I thought they had a hell of a series against the Florida Panthers. I really did. For the most part.
And contribute against
we never
Ottawa,
had the conversations of
Yep.
there's not one D we can trust out there to make a pass. And then all of a sudden this year, it's all blowing up in smoke, and I can't figure out why and what the hell has happened to it. Chris Tanev, and you can't say they got to get Tanev back, because when he was back, and I don't know if you two agree with me, he was not at his best. I don't think he was playing particularly well when he was in the lineup this year.
No, but you're 100% right, I'm not going to argue with that. I think the group has more. They hadn't forgotten how to play hockey. They're not
what are
playing
they doing,
well.
Jamie?
I'm just saying, as a defensive group, they're not playing well. They can play better. Oliver Ekman-Larsson is a really good player who has good vision. He hasn't been to the top of his game. Morgan Rielly started the first 4 or 5 games, started on fire. Morgan Rielly, when he's in shape and looking good and skating, he's a good defenseman. I think individually, these guys you can pull them aside and say, McCabe, you can play better. Carlos got better. Brian, I don't think he handles the puck well, but I think he's supposed to be a guy who stops the cycle, who's blocks shots, who's heavy, and just make a 10-foot pass. That's every NHL defenseman should be able to do that. I think they're not playing to their capability, but the question comes back to what is their capability? Even when they're at their best, is that good enough for what they believe the group is to get to the next level? That's where I think you're going. Go ahead. I'm just kind of laying it out there for
I have another
debate.
question. Well,
Okay.
if they've got better, the question would have been posed to them after the second game of the year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
like if somebody would have gone to them and said, what is going on here? Because the discussion since the last training camp game was the defense and everybody is getting back there at a slow rate of speed, and it's causing problems for everybody because they're spending so much time on their end. We've had this discussion since that last kind of home game where it was a full squad, and we're like, man, getting back there to get the puck looks like it's a challenge. And that theme has been carried out ever since then. So when did they first have that conversation with a coach or the defense coach where somebody brought it to their attention where it was like, you, basically all of them, you individually have to bring better? That conversation probably happened a long time ago, and it hasn't happened. It's actually getting worse.
Well,
so what the hell are you going to do?
Well, and that's the thing. Like everyone in the league, 5-10 games in, are going to say there's room for improvement.
Of
right?
course.
Everyone's going to say that. The best team in the league, the worst team in the league. The reality of sports and life is only the actually good teams do improve. Bad teams don't improve. They're bad teams, right?
Yeah,
like
you're right.
you can't just magically say, well, we're going to improve. The best teams in sport, whether it's hockey, football, basketball, baseball, they improve over the course of the season. That's the crossroads the Leafs are at right now. I agree with you, Noodles, that I don't think collectively they all took some poison pill and forgot how to play.
Yeah,
you know, like I can accept one or two guys, and yes, it all permeates because in a way, especially with defense pairings, you're anchored to who you're playing with. You know, and if that guy's in a dark place, you're probably going to get sucked into a dark place to an extent. But as of now, you know, the 6 that are playing, Tanev's not a part of this. Like none of them have any confidence. It's like that McCabe play. That's a confidence play. That's a buckle job. Like I don't know if he thought he was under pressure. I don't know if he was going to commit to a play and then try to stop it.
Insanity in a tie game to even attempt that.
Well, Lorentz did it the night before, and then he got healthy scratched. And that's the question here with Berube is what are you going to do? Like, because afterwards he looks perplexed. Like, he's got a Randy Carlyle vibe right now where he's, they can run and gun and they can score, but they give up a million shots, a million chances.
Yeah.
And he just, after the game, he said, well, we'll just keep working on it.
Yeah.
What are you working on? And how do you get it there? And Lorentz is an easy guy to say you're coming out. Now, why he was on the ice with 3 minutes to go is beyond me. If he can be healthy scratched the next night, I have no idea why he was even on the ice. But he was. Fine, you take Lorentz out. What are they going to do with the defense?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, but the coach can scream and yell
about
checking and committing to being on the right side of the puck and getting above the puck. I don't care who you are. Like Guy Carbonneau in his prime, you can't do anything with that play right there if you're throwing pizzas like that. You can't.
No question.
There's
and
no
that was
checking.
the case all night, man.
Yeah, and maybe the coach has just got to come up with something to say because it looks so bad. But there's no on top of the puck or checking you can do. Somebody could maybe bust their ass to get back, but that is a pizza when you've got your D partner or anything is available other than that play.
Yeah. And Lorentz the same thing with the Mitten goal. Like, you can't make that play. You can't. I don't know what he was trying to do. I guess go cross ice or if it was a touch pass.
That's the thing. If you break down the goals and see a bunch of the decision making, like it's just dumb plays where it's like backhand sauce to there. It's like a silly little play here, and it's like you just can't. I don't know.
Like that's just it's just a crazy and that's where I guess the glass half full. Which I was a lot last week, glass half full guy, and I will apply it here because this is not the end of the season. It's November 10th, and they got a lot of games left. Is if you're Berube and company, you should be able to look at these plays and say, guys, like obviously you're all veterans in the league. You can't do that, and I think they got to get the neutral zone figured out. Like Noodles, you can maybe speak to it better than I can, but that. It cannot be a Mario Kart fast track lane through the neutral zone.
No.
Like, especially when you're a veteran big team that's not that fast. You better clog up the neutral zone.
That's where the checking does come into play.
Yes.
One of the Stankoven goals last night, he was on the wall. And I'm going to detail it on the pregame show tomorrow. William Nylander approaches him on the wall and just, breeze on the guy and blows past him or doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the ice, you see Stankoven get the puck and shoot it in the net, and guess who skates by him?
Yeah.
William Nylander.
It is. So you Brian, you're right. Like we've focused on the D, and the D have struggled to move the puck up. Speed. They're under pressure a lot, and they're getting hit. Their faces are in the glass. The neutral zone. A lot of that is forwards. You need back pressure and able to hold your gap and to hold the line. And if you have guys that are half-assing coming back, not details on pucks, not heavy with the sticks, sticks in the air, we're going to have the same conversation with Edmonton. But it's just the same thing.
Yep.
Like you're looking at the details of the game are not very sharp. So you can see the coach, I'm talking Berube, but I'll throw in Knob, like you can see the coach going, these are details that the NHL players should have these details. You shouldn't have to reinforce them when you're a 5-10-year vet coming back with your stick on the ice through the middle, checking through the hands, helping out, moving your feet instead of standing and watching. There's too many times I've seen it. I went back and watched the Leaf game. You're right. The neutral zone, they're coming a million miles an hour at these D because there's nobody in their lane. There's nobody disrupting. They're getting speed. They're able to build speed out of their own zone through the neutral zone, and now they're hitting this D at full speed, and they're having to turn and try and swipe at stuff. So, yes, the D have to be better, but I also believe the forwards are culpable too.
Yes.
A lot of times, and the best coaches always say, defense can start in the offensive zone. Like that's the thing too. If you're forechecking, a great forecheck leads to chances. This is just laziness coming back through the middle of the ice. Like you're not moving, you're just standing there watching.